because that's what I do. Man, do I have just so much rage and induced. I need someone. This video is therapy for me, and that's really what it comes down to. So anyways, today, we had a storm roll through. You know how you always see those people like suffering, like earthquakes or tornadoes or natural disasters or anything like that, and you're just like, well, that's not my problem. It's not my part of the country. I'm not gonna worry about it. Until you become like a homeowner and you have trees in your yard and you're just, you're part of the community, and where everything just turns to shit. Like power goes out, the electricity goes out, everything, you don't really look at those things, and then when you realize that these people on the East Coast and people in the Midwest that go through tornadoes and earthquakes out west. I mean, everybody has to clean up. I mean, you're just not gonna leave like today. So, anyways, a tree fell over, smashed my fence, smashed everything, smashed my neighbor's backyard. So, I mean, I woke up. I was like up at 5 in the morning with a chainsaw. Just cutting these trees all day long in 100-degree weather. And I'm raging about my computer because the screen is red right now and it's not the normal color, and then I gotta take in my PC, so I gotta wait for that for a couple days. I know all my stuff is small in comparison to a lot of other people's, what goes on with them. You know what I mean? I understand that. But you come to appreciate you come to appreciate normalities in life. When everything is going normal, you're in a routine, you get to do things, but then you get rage, rage induced. Rage comes from, somebody purchasing a bed without, asking you what your opinion is. Thunderstorms, trees. I mean, the great thing that happened, the positive things that happened from today was that I felt really good after working on the tree. I mean, I didn't even eat most of the day, but because you can't. It was so hot. It's so hot. You can't drink. I mean, you can't eat. I'm sorry. You can't eat because you'll just get sick. So I was just drinking a lot of water. The only thing I had was like a banana and some peaches or plums or something like that, which really helped me out, and it made me feel really good. I was like sweating and I felt great about myself. And then I met my neighbor, and my neighbor, he's a lot older than me, and he wants to, the chain came off the chainsaw, so he was like going on for like hours about, you don't want to be rude when you first meet your neighbors. So he's going on about all these chainsaws he owes, how to fix them, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying that, I'm going to myself, holy shit, dude, it's 100 degrees outside. This is, come on. And then to top it off, I had to like jump over 2 fences to get to his yard. So like the fences are like 8 feet tall, and I jumped down and I didn't like think it was that big of a deal. So I'm a heavy dude, like I'm 260, 250. So I hit the ground, and then I come off and I just like stop the inertia. I just like roll, like hit roll, and then and he's got like 2 dudes with him. He's like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, the roll move, I like that. It was just like natural instinct. I just like hit the ground and roll. I was like, fuck it, roll. And it just was a very long day. And then to cap it off, the power was out, the cable was out. And, I had one neighbor. I had like, out of all my neighbors, I had a lady. She came over. She's like, can I help you? And I'm like, no, I appreciate though. I really thanked her for asking me. It was the only one. Like the other ones, like fucking didn't even care. So they didn't. I mean, not that they didn't care, but they didn't stop by and say like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? But like my neighbor behind me and my neighbor like diagonally across from me, they were super cool. Helped me out, you know, like if I needed it. And I helped them out and I got to meet those new neighbors. So all in all, like, I guess, I mean, you know, going crazy and raging and having natural disasters and everything, you know, it's, I guess, like karma or divine way of, you know, pointing you in a direction. You know, if you ask for direction and all of a sudden you get direction and you're like, do you take this as a sign or what does it mean? And so all I can say is don't always take like all the bad things that happen to you in life like natural disasters or looking at other people's natural disasters and, you know, be like, hey, it's not my problem. I'm not, you know, unless you live through it, you wouldn't know. And if you do, and if you have lived through it, then you're like, you're more appreciative of it. You know, you're thinking about what is the good of this. And used to be like when I was younger, it's like, oh shit, you know, I'm pissed. I got to do this. I got to do that. Whereas now I'm like, oh great, I'm getting great exercise. I'm sweating out all this fat. I feel great about it. Oh, I got to meet my neighbor today. And then on the other side of it, I was like, this is hella hard work. You know, when a tree falls down and you look at it and you're going, oh, I only have to chop it up, but then you realize you got to chop it up into little pieces because you know, you have to have a clean work area. So you start at the top of the tree that falls down and you got to cut the branches off because if you cut off, you know, if you cut off a piece of the tree and it's leaning against the ground or something like that, your blade will get caught inside and then it'll get stuck and you'll pop your blade off and then you're spending time fixing that in the hot sun. So you're like, you know, you have to start from the top, work your way down on the loose ends, all the limbs, and then the big pieces. So when you first look at the tree, it's like, oh, no problem, I can do this. And then, you know, it's like 12 hours later in the hot-ass sun, it's finally done. Not including you got to fix your fence. You know, I mean, thank God that it didn't fall on my car or my house or anything like that. Or it could have been even worse. Who knows? So, natural, you know, out of natural disasters and raging and things happening to you, I mean, I guess there just comes a point in your life when you realize that, you know, almost kind of like YouTube in like the comments as well. It's like, hey, you know, you don't let it get to you anymore. You try to look at the positive of what you're doing. You know, almost like the positive, you know, I mean, there's everything, there's a great positive to it. You know, okay, maybe you're not having such a great day, but look at all the great things that happened to you in that day that was bad. I mean, there's reasons for it. You know, out of disaster comes greatness. Out of adversity becomes, you know, you become great. You know, I mean, that's the great thing about it. Even, you know, and that's what I was starting to think about. I was like, gosh, you know, I was out here cutting a tree, and the thought came across my mind. It's like, if we had a war, it would give everybody. I mean, I'm not advocating it, but it just came across my mind. It's like, man, everybody would be working and fixing shit and doing things, and I'm like, you know, it's like, it's kind of like a weird process circle of life that we're in. Like, war, fix everything. Oh, it's all better again. War, you know, and it's like, it's almost like the same thing when you're, you know, your house breaks down, you fix it, and you just keep going in a circle, and you meet a girl, she doesn't turn out to be the right one, you find a new one, you start all over. So it's a circle. You lose all your money, you start all over. You lose your channel, you start all over. And it's just, it's the same with everything in life, every single thing. So, I got mad at some point, you know, because it was hard, and you know, that's the great thing about life. If everything was easy and this game was easy and it was all easy and money was easy to get, shit would be boring. You would be bored. But see, the thing was, like, when the game is hard, and, you know, getting a girl is, you know, challenging, and, you know, getting money is hard, getting a YouTube channel going and it's hard, then the great thing about it is it's, you know, it's challenging and it makes you want to get it even more. So that's the fun. That is the fun part about it. So try not to be, I guess my lesson that I learned today was, try not to look at the bad parts about it. Stop raging and appreciate people going through natural disasters. Anyways, till next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace. I'm out.